Welcome to this deep dive into the psychology of relationships, where we are, well, flipping the script today. So, human beings are biologically hardwired to hunt for danger, right?
Oh, for sure. We're always scanning our environment.
Exactly. And in modern dating and friendships, we call this scanning for red flags. You know, the liars, the ghosters, the
Oh, wait,
narcissists.
the toxic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But relying entirely on that hypervigilance, it's actually ruining our ability to connect. It's like driving while only staring at the potholes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you completely missed the beautiful scenery.
Precisely. So, our mission today is to shift away from that fear based internet obsession. Think of that one person in your circle who is just an absolute angel to be around.
I love that. The friend who just makes you feel totally safe.
Yes, that exact energy. We are diving into our sources to understand the science behind green flags. Because when you only scan for threats, your body reacts poorly, doesn't it?
It really does. Your nervous system basically stays locked in a state of sympathetic arousal. You are perpetually bracing for impact.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. But focusing on green flags, those subtle, consistent indicators that someone is emotionally mature and psychologically safe, it actually engages your parasympathetic nervous system.
Wait, so it literally lowers your defenses?
Exactly. It lowers those walls so you
Yeah.
can accurately evaluate a partner or friend based on their positive traits, rather than just, reacting out of fear.
That is such a relief. So let's look at what this behavior actually looks like in the wild. Picture a loud, chaotic dinner party.
Oh, I know those well.
Right. Everyone is talking over each other, and you are just slowly fading into the background. Then someone across the table catches your eye, pauses the chaos, and asks, "What do you think?"
That is just the best feeling. In social psychology, that deliberate act is called being inclusive. It's a massive green flag.
It really is.
And it's rooted in deep empathy. They're disrupting the typical bystander dynamics of a group.
I have to be honest, though. I want to push back a little here.
Sure, go for it.
Because I know a lot of charismatic narcissists who know exactly how to work a room, you know? They make you feel special for 5 minutes purely to feed their own ego.
Oh, definitely. The fake charm.
Yeah. So how is this inclusivity any different from just, well, highly effective manipulation?
That is such a crucial distinction. Because manipulation centers the charismatic person. The narcissist uses eye contact and targeted questions to make you admire them, right?
Ah, okay. So it's a one-way street pointing at them.
Precisely. True inclusivity centers you.
Mm.
The inclusive person has the social awareness to regulate the room's energy. They're actually willing to sacrifice their own spotlight.
Oh, wow. To establish baseline social equity.
Exactly. They aren't trying to win the conversation. They're managing the dynamic to ensure nobody feels invisible.
That is truly mature behavior.
Hey.
But it's relatively easy to manufacture that kind of inclusivity for one night at a dinner party, right?
Sure, anyone can play a part for an hour.
So how does that translate into long-term sustainable trust?
Well, that comes down to the ability to reciprocate emotional energy over time. It has to be a two-way street.
Like checking in on each other.
Right. If you text a friend to ask how their stressful job interview went, a mature person remembers to text you back the next day to ask about your sick cat.
I love that. If we look at the mechanics of that, it's the difference between a conversational rally in tennis that keeps the game alive versus like a pitching machine that just fires balls at you until it runs out of ammo.
There's a perfect analogy. Nobody wants to be in an emotional vacuum.
Totally. And the source material highlights a highly practical example of this. Say you have been doing all the cooking lately. A huge green flag is when your partner naturally decides to reciprocate by doing the dishes.
Yes. They see the effort, and they match it without being prompted.
It's just so considerate.
And neurologically, that matching of effort builds a secure attachment style. When someone consistently responds to a positive action with a corresponding positive action, they are proving they can track your needs alongside their own.
So your brain stops calculating whether you are being exploited.
Exactly. It registers the environment as equitable.
Mm.
It completely shifts your relational baseline from defensive to constructive.
Which is just a joy to experience. Recognizing these traits actively trains your brain to seek out psychological safety instead of just hunting for red flags.
It really is a total game changer for how we connect.
It absolutely is. So, to wrap up our deep dive today, I want to leave you with a thought as you move through the world this week.
Yeah, a great thing to reflect on.
Instead of merely evaluating the people around you for flaws, consider your own output. What is one new green flag you could intentionally start projecting in your very next conversation to actively make someone else feel safe?